Hello, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about the movies coming out in 2016 and what we're looking forward to, what we're not looking forward to, and pretty much can it live up to how good 2015 is. I've got the other half of Lionheart Reviews here with me today. He normally does the written stuff. It's Paul Tickle. You can also find him at the Film Bloke on Twitter. So say hello, Paul.
Hello.
I said say hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Thank you. Right, let's get straight in and start talking about the films of 2016. So firstly, 2016, I'd like to start talking about Deadpool. It looks amazing.
It does.
And I'm very glad that they brought Ryan Reynolds back as Deadpool, because there was talks about getting other casting in for the role, but obviously he was great in the Wolverine movie. It wasn't the best way of portraying Deadpool.
So now it's more like the real Deadpool.
Definitely.
That the fans wanted to see rather than, well,
yeah,
I don't know what it was.
Well, they sort of reversed the roles, didn't they? You had Wade Wilson as the fast-talking idiot, and then Deadpool obviously as the mute, because they decided to put a lump of skin over his mouth and sew his mouth shut, which was
best way to shut people up.
Yeah, it was a nice little pun in the movie, but that's about it, and that's probably all the movie was actually good for.
Yeah,
you know.
Not
the thing that worries me about Deadpool, I mean, I'm a big Deadpool fan of the comics, but the thing that worries me is they've released two different types of trailer. They've released a green band trailer and a red band trailer.
Yeah.
So obviously the red band trailer's got all the swear words in, and the green band trailer is the same trailer, but with a different script.
Yeah.
It's a more dumbed down script. The only thing that worries me about this is if you're doing that, that tells me that you haven't decided what rating you're going to make this movie.
Yeah, I think they do that for a lot of films. I think for the Jump Street films, for example, that had that. It is just so, what I would think is for, is so that you can access a wider audience with trailers.
I think that's a good idea, but I mean, obviously, one of the first times I see the Deadpool trailer at the cinema was before Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and there was a kid behind me who was about 7. He was very quiet, otherwise he would have got a punch in the face.
Fair play.
But he was about 7, and it's like he seemed quite excited by the Deadpool trailer, and it's like, you're not going to get to see this movie because it's, in my eyes, it should be a 15 or an 18 movie.
There's actually a petition online as well for one certain young kid to be allowed to go see it. When in America it's R-rated, so he will not be able to see it. But there's a petition going around for him to be allowed to see it.
Why's that?
I don't know. I don't think he's dying or anything, but it's ridiculous.
Well, I wouldn't let him see it.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's not like the young man with Force Awakens. That was a decent thing, and I signed that petition to get them to see it.
Fair enough.
And I hope they let me see something like that when it happens. But I do feel sorry for the young man that did see the Force Awakens, because obviously he's not going to get to see what happens. I mean, the other thing with the Deadpool, they're bringing in characters, obviously, from the X-Men universe.
How it ties into that,
and obviously it's already said by Fox that it is going to tie in with the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
We see Colossus in the trailer, who actually looks pretty badass, and for once actually has a Russian accent.
Okay.
Unlike the original X-Men movies, where they made him American, and he was one of the best X-Men, and he was in it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I think it's really good to see that. But how is it going to tie in with X-Men? Obviously, I'm going to talk about a bit about X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm going to bring in with the X-Men Apocalypse, which we'll talk about, is the timeline. The timeline for X-Men
is all over the place.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
It is all over the place.
Yeah.
And
that's what's put me off X-Men films slightly. I don't mind them. I can watch them. But when they started with X-Men First Class, it seemed like starting it again.
It should have been starting again. I agree with you. They should have started again.
They've merged them together.
Yeah.
And it just seems a bit, I don't know, a bit thrown together. Will we see Wolverine? Only in a cameo, a bit like in, what was it, where he was sitting at the bar? Was that First Class?
That was First Class at the bar, yeah.
Will there be a Wolverine cameo like that?
I'd like to think so, but I mean, Hugh Jackman's already putting it out there that he doesn't want to play the Wolverine anymore, and that he's doing one more Wolverine movie, so I don't even think we're going to see him in Apocalypse, which is going to be a bit strange, because he's like one of those powerful X-Men mutants who's had...
He's the face of X-Men, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's had several movies, and they're just going to chop him out of this, or is he just going to be like, I don't know if Wolverine's going to hibernation, or they're going to put that in, or something like that, but I mean... But so getting back to Deadpool, I mean, the jokes look really good in the trailers, and I think Ryan Reynolds, they're doing a lot of PR stunts with Ryan Reynolds, him turning up to interviews in the suit.
The media thing has been brilliant on this.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the poster where they've used the emoji
Yep.
as a. I mean,
And
that's a
the
great
posters
idea.
that look like romantic comedies.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
I think it's great to see him doing it from different angles
Yeah.
and
Having fun with it.
yeah, having fun with it. As I said, that's why I think Ryan Reynolds is good with it. He's done a lot of standalone YouTube videos that have come out. He's done a Halloween one.
He's producing it as well, so his name is on this more than just being the lead role. He's invested in it. He's the one who made the film happen.
Yeah, and he said he always wanted to do a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
So what would you like to talk about? Is there anything that's caught your eye coming out 2016?
The one that's really caught my eye is a film called 999. The release date for 999.
And that's 999, not 999.
No, it's the 19th of February. The release date. It's got a great cast. It's got Kate Winslet, Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead.
That's probably why you like it though, because you've got a bit of a man crush going on with
Casey
him.
Affleck as well, who is brilliant in everything he does.
I just want to confirm because I'm not great with some actors. Is he related to Batfleck?
He's his brother.
He's Batfleck's brother.
He's his younger brother. If you've seen Out of the Furnace, you'll know just how good Casey Affleck is.
I think I might have seen that.
He's fantastic. And you got Woody Harrelson, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, Chiwetel Ejiofor.
And who's he?
He's the Oscar winner from 12 Years a Slave. Anthony Mackie, obviously, as you'll know as
the Falcon. Yeah, obviously, yeah, he's done quite a bit recently as well, and he was very good in Pain and Gain. He was very good in that. That was a very good movie.
Surprised how good that was. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was very good in that.
But it's called 999, which is the code for in America for when a police officer is shot or a police officer's down. And it's a bank heist movie, and they use the 999 to distract the police so they can rob a bank while the police are on the other side of town, basically. That's my sort of film anyway. It's gritty. There's nothing nice about it. Everything looks quite like seedy, underworld looking thing, and that's what I like in films. There's going to be gunfights, there's going to be car chases, and I'm easily pleased. That's what I like.
But as you said, from the cast, it looks like it's a very good acting cast. I mean, Woody Harrelson. I mean, that man. He can do no wrong. I can't think of him in a bad movie, and he's very versatile. Yeah. I mean, Zombieland is one of my favourite movies.
I have a bad Woody Harrelson film. I have it upstairs. I'll give it to you.
And what was that?
I'll give it to you.
What movie is that?
It's called Rampart.
Rampart.
Yeah, he's a corrupt police officer.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that one.
You can have it.
Oh no, I can also think of Defendor. That was pretty bad as well, actually.
That was bad.
So I apologise, Woody Harrelson. You're not going to be getting a Lionheart Legends episode. I'm really sorry.
More often than not, it's okay. More often than not.
Yeah. In small doses. Let's say in small doses.
The only one man who hasn't made a bad film is Denzel Washington.
Yeah, I can say that. But also going back to Woody Harrelson, I just thought of another movie that he's in. Is it Friends with Benefits, where he plays the gay bloke in it? With Jersey, and he said everyone from Jersey's got a yacht.
I think it is.
Yeah, and I thought he was very good in that role.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, and Mila Kunis.
That's it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was a nice way of pronouncing the surname. X-Men Apocalypse, the 45th X-Men movie that Fox have made.
I'm going to be honest, because, like I said earlier, because of the whole timeline of X-Men, I've dropped off a little bit on the X-Men world. I'm not that fussed about Apocalypse. Maybe I will be closer to the release, especially because it's got Oscar Isaac in it, who is brilliant lately. But yeah, obviously, you take it and.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really like to see it because I said it's a superhero movie, and I do love a good superhero movie. But as I said to you, the actual timeline is becoming a real gripe on me because I like to watch these movies one after another. I like to literally just sit down there in my pants, popcorn, Doritos, cat on my lap if I'm getting a bit cold, and watch these movies. But you can't do that with X-Men. Mm-hmm. You can't do it because they are literally all over the place. And then unfortunately you'd have to stick them in bad Wolverine movies.
No one wants that.
Yeah, no one wants that. No one wants that. And as you were just saying about Oscar Isaac, he's playing a very good villain in my eyes. I loved him in the comic books, loved him in the TV show. But looking at him, I'm a little bit disappointed. He looks like a really bad cosplay. Yeah. He looks like he has turned up at Comic-Con and he's made it out of I don't know, stuff that he's found at a jumble sale. It's pretty poor. And for such a powerful character as Apocalypse, I was expecting a bit more.
The name alone, Apocalypse, kind of sums up what's happening there, doesn't it?
It does. It does. But that's what worries me as well, because obviously this is set in the past, because we've got the old cast. But obviously, after I'm going to take people back to the last X-Men movie, Days of Future Past, where Wolverine wakes up in the present time, right?
Okay.
Yeah. He comes back. He saved the world.
Yeah.
Sorry for people who spoiled it, obviously.
Too late.
But he comes back. He saves the world, and everyone's alive again. Jean Grey's there. So obviously they followed Apocalypse's plan, because this is set in the now and future, and Apocalypse is so really it's like the Titanic movie. It doesn't really matter what happens. We all know the ending. The boat sinks. I mean, I will go and see it. I will go and see it. But I don't know. I'm not hoping for good. It's not. I don't think it's going to be big. I don't think it's going to be a good thing. I mean, with the superhero movies that you've got coming out this year, I mean, you've got to contend with old Batfleck versus Superman.
Yeah, March.
I mean, and Suicide Squad.
Yep.
You've got some big comic book movies coming out.
Yeah, it's a big year for him.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Civil War. I mean, come on, Captain America Civil War. How can you live up to that? And that's the strange thing. I think Deadpool is going to be Fox's biggest one this year, not X-Men, like people would expect.
Yeah,
I think Deadpool will be.
And even if it is 18 certificate, I think it will be. Yeah.
And I can see Deadpool having many films. And there's even talks of him. They said he might cross over into the X-Men universe.
See, I've heard they're gonna. It's just what I read this morning. There is a date that they have scheduled for a second Fantastic Four film in the summer of 2017. That will now be replaced by Deadpool 2.
I was just about to say why.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah, they're going to replace that with a Deadpool 2, banking on its success, thinking now it's going to do brilliant.
I'm going to say Deadpool's not out yet, and I think it's made more money than Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if anyone hasn't seen my review, please go on the YouTube channel and look at my review, because that felt like 3 hours wasting my life. And if people watch that review, at least it makes that 3 hours actually worth it. I sat through 3 hours of my life dying, slowly slipping away. But it was actually worth me watching that, because it's up there with Godzilla, not the 2014 one, but what was it, 2003?
The one with Jamiroquai.
I'm going deep around the ground. Yeah, that one. That was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. Oh, Godzilla. That was like the only good thing.
As the cameraman.
Yeah, that was the only good thing about it was the Japanese someone saying Godzilla. But you have that in every Godzilla movie. That's the only reason. You know, if you see a Japanese man in a Godzilla movie, he's going to be like, oh, Godzilla. You know, it's just a reason for him now.
Yeah, we know it's going to be there.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming. It's
a lot of trailers.
Like it was announced a long time ago. There's been a trailer around for a while now.
But it was announced. The problem was it was announced at Comic-Con, wasn't it?
It was.
And I reckon the only reason it was announced was because of what Marvel were putting out there, and that was the problem. I think it was to get hype. It was to get hype up, and as you said, because it seems like, because I mean, when it came out, it was just the 2-second bit of the Batman logo and the Superman logo, and they didn't even put the name on it, did they? And people called it themselves Batman versus Superman, and then they just thought, just call it that. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was just going to be called that Dawn of Justice, but now it's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay, Batman. With the main trailer, I think it's nearly 3 minutes long. The main trailer, we see first of all, for the first bit, it is Batman versus Superman. They're going against each other. They don't like each other. Clearly, Bruce Wayne doesn't like what Superman did in Man of Steel.
And that's not just his dress sense, obviously. Yeah, because that blue and red, it's a bit dated. I think he looked better with a black suit in a little Zod sort of like dream sequence. But carry on. We'll come back to fashion later.
And Bruce Wayne doesn't like what he's... it appears though he doesn't like what he's done to the city, because obviously people would have got hurt crashing through them buildings.
There's got to be some...
Office workers would have been hurt.
There's got to be some collateral damage there.
Exactly.
You know, but at least you could have on your tombstone...
And he destroys Wayne Tower.
True, it's got to be a bit of money in it. It's got to be not that Batfleck's got to be worried about money.
No,
I mean, because the Batmobile, in the trailer, he crashes it into Superman, and if he doesn't care about his insurance that much, that man's got to have quite a bit of money. He's got to have quite a bit of money.
Yeah. But then towards the end of the trailer, there's one shot in particular with Wonder Woman as well, and they're all standing side by side. They're going against.
Marbles. Yeah, I don't know why they all sound like they're gargling marbles, but you know, like I think that's like, you know, when you turn up to, you know, I don't know. Would you still have auditions for Batman? Because I can't imagine Batfleck turning up
I wouldn't
for an
think so.
audition.
There was probably an idea, and they gave him things to say, screen tests, things like
Yeah,
that.
because I don't think that you'd get Ben Affleck turn up with his.
Would you have gone to the audition?
Oh, 100%.
You could
100%. I could have been Batman.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even need. I'd be like the original Adam West. You know, I wouldn't even need the chiseled abs. It's all
Sure.
this is all West under this.
You're a real Batman.
Yeah, I'm a real Batman. You know, I would have brought back the Bat Dance and stuff like that. I mean,
shark repellent.
Yeah. Oh, Adam West, I love you. Yeah, I know what you mean. All three of them stood together, and he's like, "When's that going to come into the movie? Is that going to be at the end of it, and it's going to be a full movie of Batman and Superman powering down, or is it just going to be at the beginning and then they start working together?" And how can you put Wonder Woman in this? This is another thing I can't understand how they're going to put Wonder Woman, and Aquaman is in this movie.
Yeah,
Aquaman is in this movie. How are they going to get Khal Drogo into this movie? I mean, come on, no one knows his name. He's just Khal Drogo, or the bloke from Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah.
That's the only people know him as. I'm sorry, you're not going to get a Lionheart Legends one either episode.
I think it's Jason
Manford,
not Jason Manford. I think it's either Momoa or Mimosa.
So we just call him Jason Yaboa. Right, after Tony Yaboa. So Tony Yaboa's son, Jason Yaboa, as Aquaman.
Yeah.
How is he going to come into this movie?
Yeah,
how can you bring Aquaman into this movie?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I mean, no idea.
And as well, there's a big debate about, is it Doomsday? Is it Wraith?
I think the popular choice is Doomsday, isn't it?
Is it Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I mean, you know,
there's a similarity there.
There's a big similarity. It's just like, I think he just contacted Michael Bay and said, "You got any leftover screenshots from that we could just colour in grey?" And again, is that near the end? Is that near the? Because I mean, again, with the toys, we were talking about this before we started recording. We were talking about toys giving away secrets to movies.
Yes.
And there is a Lex Luthor toy that's been released already.
Okay.
With the Batman versus Superman packaging of him in his power suit from the comic books, and it's like. And in the green and purple power suit, and I can't imagine old Jesse Eisenberg with his flowing long locks getting into a power suit. But I am looking forward to what he can bring to this role, because when he was announced playing him, I was like, this is going to be
it
terrible.
Seemed wrong, didn't it?
It did seem such a wrong role.
Because everyone wanted Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad. That's the choice that people wanted
from Godzilla.
Or from Godzilla, I think he's probably we could say from Malcolm.
Malcolm. Malcolm's dad. If we got Malcolm's dad, I think we could have got old. What's his name? Cody Banks, old Malcolm. He could have made an appearance in it somewhere. Another quality film, people. Cody Banks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, looking at the trailer, he actually looks quite good. He's quite sinister. He's quite, and then you've got my love interest, Amy Adams. Oh. Amy Adams, that woman.
Sounds so creepy.
That woman.
That noise you just made. It scared me.
But I mean, I think I realised I had a crush on that woman after watching the Muppets movie. That just really put it into perspective for me.
At least it wasn't Miss Piggy. And of course, we've seen Ben Affleck's Batman in the trailer for Suicide Squad.
We have,
or in the leaked shots from Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should move on to Suicide Squad now, because we talked about Batman vs Superman, and we can't really say any more about it, because literally the 19 trailers they've released for it all seem to have very similar shots.
They do,
and apart from Batfleck losing his mask, which is a bit weird. But that does look like a dream sequence.
Yes.
Because it just does.
And there's that where he's wearing like a trench coat as well.
Yeah.
Batman in a trench coat.
I mean, he's already a vigilante, let alone a paedophile. Right. Okay. So moving on to Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. It's out in August. Written and directed by my favourite director, David Ayer. David Ayer,
Why is he your favourite director?
Because what I was saying earlier about the dark, gritty films that I like, he wrote Training Day. He didn't direct it. Anton Fuqua directed it, but he wrote Training Day.
We see again Denzel.
Again Denzel, there he is. He wrote End of Watch, the brilliant End of Watch, with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena.
A very good movie.
Street Kings with Keanu Reeves. Harsh Times with Christian Bale, which is just
I'm
brilliant.
seeing a bit of a theme here.
Yeah. I think people are waiting mainly for the Joker.
Definitely.
I was when I saw the trailer, first of all.
I mean, I told you this the other day, I recently watched the animated one, Assault on Arkham. And the only thing I'm worried about is now, I've watched this, and it seems like an animated version of what I think Suicide Squad movie is going to be. It was very good. But the only thing is like is how close they've done it to the Suicide Squad comics.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already seen Suicide Squad in Arrow. If anyone's watched any of the Arrow TV series, Suicide Squad have been prominent in that with Deadshot. There was a hint at Harley Quinn, but I've heard due to rights reasons they weren't allowed to use them.
What's disappointing about that is obviously from Arrow there will be no crossover. They can't cross it over now to the film universe.
Well, but they can't because they've already said that the young man who plays Barry Scott in Flash, they've got a different Flash for the movies, and
I don't get that.
No, neither do I. I don't understand it.
Arrow, particularly,
he's very popular.
I can't think of his name, the actor. But he plays Oliver.
Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell, that's it, yeah. He's brilliant. Arrow's so good, and
he's got that voice as well, hasn't he?
The first series took a little while to get going, but the second series in particular was really good. We see Harley Quinn on film for the first time. Popular Margot Robbie after Wolf of Wall Street.
Again, as I said, like it's going to be a big shock to anyone that's listening. I haven't actually seen Wolf of Wall Street, and I mean, I love Leo, I love Jonah Hill, but I mean, like when I've got 3 hours spare, the thing is, it's been built up. It's one of the movies that's been built up so much.
As soon as you watch it, you'll say, "Why have I not watched this before?"
I know there's tons of movies like that, but I don't. But as well, the problem is with me, if I don't see it straight away and people build it up so much, I get ready for failure. I just think it's going to fail because I've had so many movies where people have gone, "You've got to see this. It's amazing." You know you are, and they've been bad.
If DiCaprio wins an Oscar for The Revenant, we all know secretly it's really for Wolf of Wall Street.
What about Shutter Island?
I fell asleep through Shutter Island.
What? Shutter Island is one of the best movies of our generation. It's got Mark Ruffalo in.
Yeah,
well, we're not talking about Shutter Island because I could sit here and talk about ages for that. But I said back to Suicide Squad. It said, I don't know her that well as a female.
She's done that. She has another great film. Well, I can't say that because I haven't seen it because it's never got released. It's called Z for Zachariah. It's her, Chiwetel Ejiofor again from 999, and Chris Pine, and they're the only 3 people in the entire film.
Sounds very low budget.
and it's I think it's it's an apocalypse world. Her and Chiwetel. Can we think of another name for Chiwetel Ejiofor that's easier to say?
I can't even think of anything go there. Edgy. Okay, so we've got your Boa and Edgy.
It's Margot Robbie and Edgy, and they are living together in this world, just them. Then Chris Pine turns up out of nowhere. Edgy doesn't like it, but
of course not. He's had this hot piece of arse all to himself the whole time.
But it never got a release over here. It didn't do great.
Oh, so is it out in America?
It's been out in America for a while.
Z for Zachariah,
but no company over here will release it.
It was that bad, I tell you.
But it looks good. Watch the trailer. The trailer's online, and it looks.
I'll put a link underneath if I do find this Z for Zachariah. I'll put a link underneath.
You can find it in the abyss of the internet.
Let me know what you guys feel with the comments because I'm not saying Paul points out pieces of crap, but I'm just saying if it hasn't been released in Britain, it's probably a piece of crap.
The Joker played by Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, did you think we're going to see much of him in Suicide Squad, or is it just going to be the Harley Quinn?
I think there's going to be a big build up to him. There will be, because it's so anticipated, because Heath Ledger did so well the last time the Joker was portrayed, and then obviously the sad death of Heath Ledger, he won an Oscar for it. It's going to be a build up because it's such an iconic character.
Definitely, and you've had some big actors play. I mean, even Jack Nicholson was fantastic, and each of them have brought their own element to a different style of Joker. I mean, Jack Nicholson's Joker was the gangster. Heath Ledger's was the sort of like
he was a terrorist.
Yeah, he was a terrorist, and this one looks like a psychopath, a complete psychopath, like an actual mental health patient, rather than.
Which makes sense, seeing as he's in Arkham Asylum.
True. And I said they just bring back to Batfleck on top of the purple, what looks like to be a Lamborghini or some type of car.
Yeah, it's been named the car, but I've never heard of it. I don't know what it is.
And it's like, how long is he going to be in it? And that's the thing as well, because obviously if the Suicide Squad are going around operating, you think Batfleck could be on this, and are we going to see like cameos from Jason Momoa coming in as Aquaman and stuff like that? Is it going to open up more?
This is going to open up to a big DC cinematic universe.
Well, there's already talks that they are bringing out the Justice League of America, Justice League of America movie.
There's talk of a Batfleck trilogy of his own.
Yeah, but the talks of isn't he going to direct it as well and
yeah.
star in it and,
Yeah, but if
and
you
do the
look at-
voiceover
If you look,
and make the costumes
if you
and
look at the Town,
write the
and
theme tune?
Argo, and films that he's done, he's come a long way from Daredevil.
Oh,
He has come a
Daredevil. I
long
was
way.
thinking of like Pearl Harbor, mate. I mean,
Armageddon.
yeah. He was getting Armageddon. He's getting Armageddon. But I mean, like, yeah, he's done a little better than Damon. But saying that, he had a good movie this year,
The Martian.
last year with The
Brilliant
Martian,
Martian,
which was quite hard to say because I can't stand the man. If you're listening, Matt Damon, I can't stand you.
I'll come around to you. I don't mind. I don't think Matt Damon's going to hear this.
No, I don't think Matt Damon's going to hear this. Matt Damon, if you do hear this, you can contact me on the link below, and we'll talk about how terrible you are.
And I like you.
But
I didn't, but I do now. I do now. Okay.
Okay, but we've decided we like Batfleck. We like Batfleck.
Yes, definitely.
Even though he does look like he's on way too many steroids in the Batman suit.
Since The Town, that's when I've liked him. Since
Because
The Town.
I mean, the only thing about
and of course, Good Will Hunting.
yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But the thing I was saying about Batfleck is like obviously Christian Bale had a problem turning his head in the Batsuit because the thing. I think the Batfleck's gonna have the same problem, but due to the steroid muscles, because like
The cow could just break.
Yeah,
it would just.
How can he drive in there? There's no way he could reverse park.
Well, that's what they made that into in the Dark Knight. Morgan Freeman said it would sure make backing out the driveway easier.
Yeah, true. But I mean, like, we've already seen.
Christian Bale said it.
Yeah, we've already seen like Batfleck hit Superman with the Batmobile, so maybe it wasn't on purpose. Maybe
he just couldn't see him.
You know what? Couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Maybe like they should bring a high vis version.
I haven't seen wing mirrors on it either.
Yeah, no, it's just common sense. You'd have wing mirrors on it.
Sure.
And I know he's a vigilante, he hasn't got insurance, but technically he's now a lawbreaker. And in my opinion, you should go to jail. And I think Superman, I'm all with Team Superman on this.
What if that's the ending?
Well, he just gets like a parking ticket.
Yeah, if that's the ending. Yeah.
You know, he gets
pulled over by the police.
Yeah, points on his back license.